Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Welcome to this week's meeting at Essex Business Forum. I'm Aidan Squire, I'm your meeting's chairman. I'm ably assisted by the leadership team, who I'd ask to be upstanding and introduce us.
Good morning all, I'm Vincent, I chair the membership committee and I'm also the official timekeeper.
Good morning, all. I'm Terry, I'm your membership and recruitment manager.
Morning guys, Ben, education coordinator.
Good morning all, Scott, your meeting secretary and Paul, handsome face of my chat, because it looks like that. But, yeah.
Good morning, I'm Brian, social secretary.
Thank you all. Please be seated. Right. Nice of you to turn out today, despite the various absences on holiday. May I welcome Paul Binder and Jack will be substituting for Paul this week, and you'll hear more from Paul later on. Right, let's get things underway. Underway normally means the performance lead, so I'll hand you over to that.
Right, good morning again. Performance lead, for the benefit of our guests, is a way that we measure contribution from all of our members. It's reset each month, and then we score points for doing things as simple as turning up, through to giving and receiving of business, converting business opportunities into done deals, having a one-to-one get-together to learn more about each other, commenting on the blog, all kinds of things, loads and loads of different ways to score points. With a target of reaching at least 88 each month, this is the scores now that we've completed March. I'm going to read out everyone who has smashed 200 points in the month, which is wonderful, which begins with Tina Walker, 210, 219, there's John Hammond, well done John, 238, Matt Barry. Bit of a poor show this month, I'm sorry, you're not at the top, not even on the podium. 248, Howard Burke, 257, Toby Acton, 266 for Jane. Congratulations, just because you put in so many referrals last week and last month, you scored 175 points.
When you think you come from,
I know. Yeah. But there we go. So congratulations. I'll pass that around for you to look at. Paul, unfortunately, you don't get 50 points for bringing a guest, because the guest's never going to join. It's wonderful that you're
Right, thank you very much, Scott. The education presentation.
Thank you very much. Well, good morning everybody, and we all know that running a self-employed business can be hard at times. We have to be successful, we have to be very, we have to have self-belief, we have to have that can-do attitude, to be self-driven, always think if it's meant to be, it's up to me, and have personal motivation. So in the long term, motivation comes from within. However, in the short term, motivation can come from other people. And sometimes that can actually have a negative effect there. So how do you maximise your internal motivation? So I've got 5 tips here that might help you keep you on the right track to keep you motivated. So first one is minimise your contact with negative people. Because Tony's off. Because some people can complain as if it was like an Olympic event. So make sure that you keep clear of them. Number 2 is maximise the time you have with positive people. Hang out with the people that make you want to do better. Number 3, be careful of what you read, listen and watch. And make sure that these are all productive things. So podcasts, books, videos, eliminate all the negative and destructive things that you watch and read. Number 4, prioritise the things that you want to do and the things that you must do. So make a list so you can get a handle of it, and don't just do the things that you want to do the things that you have to do as well. And finally, remember, you can eat that elephant one bite at a time. So by that I mean getting the hardest task of your day battled first. Because if you can tackle at least one thing every single day and get the hardest thing out of the way, it's going to make the rest of your day a lot easier. So, small wins can be very motivating. So in the short term, why not try and get short-term goals that help drive you forward and have achievable goals that's going to keep you motivated. That way, you can keep your motivation strong through the whole of the day. Well, I hope that helps, and thank you for listening.
Right. Eat that elephant, and I'll do it. Right. Okay. Next, we might have some news on membership matters.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Just a couple of updates really on the membership renewals. I can't remember if I mentioned Mike's membership renewal, but if I didn't, yes, it's been approved. It's all good. If you haven't already applied, you can apply for the Mark of Excellence. I'm not saying you'll get it, but you can apply. Go to the website and you'll find details there. The other member that was renewed was, I think it was Howard, wasn't it, Vince? So those both been renewed. I think Howard's been one of the founding members of the So that's always good. Two applications in for membership. One that's been approved, which is Andy's, which is great. So with tar and feathers and all the usual stuff. And Brian will no doubt doing getting bits and pieces together, maybe. Nice little trinkets and things for Andy.
Some things will be ready.
And we've got a membership application that we are also considering, or the membership committee are considering from Chris Whittle, I believe. Surname.
Yeah.
So we're dealing with that. So yeah, all good news, all good stuff.
Excellent. That's positive. That's good. Right. Preliminary matters to one side. Let me move forward towards the 60-second round. Firstly, pass around the business card box. Please make sure you're adequately represented in there, and take the cards that you need to help you effect introductions. Also send around the tub, the bin, the multi, call it what you will. That will come round, put your slips in there, so that we get the information back round as soon as possible. The 60-second round, your chance to emphasise, sell your business. With only your 60 seconds. Vincent is the timekeeper. After 50 seconds you will hear, and after 60 seconds you will hear, at that time, wind up or sit down, if you get that far. Right, without more ado, let's get into the work. The winner of the Oscar last week was Dave. He will be listening out carefully, and he will therefore go first. He will go first and be followed by Chris.
Electrical, we're NIC electricians based in Brentwood. We carry out all forms of electrical work, that's lights, electrical sockets, consumer unit changes, rewires, installations for builders, doing extensions and stuff like that. Also carry out fault finding. This week we've had 2 inquiries for log cabins. So one of them was for like a home office at the end of this chap's garden. The other one was for a new business that's starting up. It's a hair and beauty business. The lady wants to start in a log cabin. We've also installed 2 car chargers. One of these was for a business, so we was able to get the company £350 grant from the government for that. So that helped towards the cost of that. This week in particular, I don't know if anybody knows him, but I'm looking for a chap called Thomas Gill. He actually runs Shenfield Construction. He's a really busy builders. So if anybody knows him, like instructions for him really. That's Thomas Gill from Shenfield Construction. I'm Dave from Electrical. Thank you.
Dave, there's often a specific request, and sometimes it works. Let's hope it does. Bear that in mind for future 60 seconds. Chris, you're next, and you're followed by Neil.
Good morning everybody, Chris from Travelosophists. Rather than stand here every week, because I'm Chris from Travelosophists, Greek is trending this week, Cyprus is looking really good. I get offers on a regular basis from all of my suppliers, and some of them are really, really good. When I say really good, I mean, I looked at this one last night, and it was a sort of a wow moment. It's in Bali, just to give you some idea, 14 nights, and it's a multi-centre on the 12th of March next year, 2025, flying from London Heathrow, and it's literally 5 nights in Ubud, and then another 3 nights in a grand resort in Uluwatu, again staying in the Treehouse Studio, followed by 6 nights in a boutique-style hotel, bed and breakfast. I mean, Bali's pretty much the other side of the world. Private transfers on the other side, 1389 per person, which is pretty much the equivalent of 2 weeks in Greece or something at the moment. So I'll try and give you those every single week if anyone wants to make use of them.
Thank you very much, Chris. Neil, you're next, and you're followed by Brian.
I'm from an event catering, back from holiday. Already ground running, but we're actually looking for new clients. So if anyone knows people who have companies that have meetings that require buffets or anything like that, then we'd like those referred over to us. That's Neil from an event catering. I'll see you next week.
Thank you, Neil. Brian, you're next, followed by, I'll let them know when you finish your sentence.
Good morning, everybody. Brian, hypnotherapist, pilgrim hypnotherapy. When we are born, there are 2 fears deeply encoded within our subconscious. And they are fear of falling, which is why even a young baby will hang on to your finger, and noise. Now, fears, phobias, they're entrenched fears which are linked to our sense of survival. They produce a lot of anxiety, which again is designed to keep us free. The trigger is embedded in our subconscious, and it produces an automatic reaction when faced with a particular stimulus. So the most common phobias, probably spiders, lovely creatures, we couldn't live without them. And then flying and social. Now what the subconscious produces, it can take away, and that's where I can help. So this week I'm looking for people who have any sort of phobia. Brian, hypnotherapist, pilgrim hypnotherapy. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Right, next is Matt.
Oh,
Just about got it.
right, okay.
Yeah.
Good morning everyone, Matt Harry from Blue Seraph. So we've had some exciting news. We have been given, not offered, we've been given a grant of £50,000 from Brentwood Council. Not any old grant. It's part of a work experience programme that we've been devising for a number of years. And finally, thanks to the UK SBF Level Up Fund, we have a successful application. So it means that we will be creating a centre for creativity in Brentwood for an initial 3-month period. We are hoping that we are going to be able to build on this. And the aim of it is to nurture creative talent, all kinds of different creative talent locally, and give them opportunities and insight into the industry so that they can better prepare themselves for their chosen career path. So it's very exciting, something that's very close to our hearts, and I will give you more information in due course. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Matt. I apologise, you're beautifully written your name, Matt. The person who is the offender is Nick. Nick.
Wait, did I? He didn't write his name. I wrote his name, sorry.
You meant well, Toby, that's it.
Well, good morning. My name is Nick. I'm a structural engineer, as most of you know. I had a call from an old client. I did a structural design for him 15 years ago. It was a little job. He wanted to take a wall down from his house. He called me to say, I'm having trouble selling my house. The council have got no record of the building regulations application having been made. Have you got the design details? I said, yes, of course. And I emailed him within minutes. This now enables him to apply for what we call a regularisation certificate to undo the mistake that someone the employed made. He's got to, the regularisation is a right pain in the neck, there's lots of forms, but a big fee to the council for the privilege of seeking building regulations approval. So this is just a very good example of how important it is to make sure you've got building regulations in place, building regulation approval in place before you start work. That's my name. I'm Nick. I'm a structural engineer. Any questions? Please sit down.
Thank you, Nick. And, yes, the true culprit then was Toby, who also managed to get crispy in, but nothing else, including no please. So you weren't having a writing morning, were you? Yeah. You'll go.
Morning everybody, Toby Acton. As many of you know, one of the tools that I use in my work is motivational mapping. It's one of the benefits of motivational mapping for teams. What we do is we help business owners to put tangible data on an otherwise intangible concept. We help them to measure the motivation, see where there's challenges, potential conflicts. You can then implement strategies and motivational action plan to improve productivity, team ethos, cohesiveness within the team. Then after a period we can remap and remeasure and compare and contrast that data that we got from the initial mapping, check that the strategies have worked and if necessary tweak things for them going forward. So it's all about, like I say, putting that tangible data on an intangible concept. So that's Toby Acton, pole position business solutions, keeping your motivation on track and putting you in a winning position.
Thank you very much, Toby. Tina, next, and you're followed by John.
Good morning everybody, my name is Tina, my company is called Liberty Executive Services. I offer a secretarial and admin service. Summer is coming up and holidays are going to be on everybody's minds, but they're worried about their office being closed. Are you going to have it? Oh, really? Come, yes. I will cover. Yeah, so if anybody, no, you are off there, right? If anybody's going on holiday but is afraid to shut down their office because of clients and potential new clients, I'm happy to help and cover you while you're away. So if you know anybody that needs any support, pass on my details, I'll be happy to help. So that's me, Tina, Liberty Executive Services. I'm not 95, I'm sorry.
John, followed by Mike Skinner.
Good morning everybody, I'm John Hammond from Germany Technology. And we can supply all your electronic security needs, whether it's access control or CCTV. We look at the medium-sized businesses that require a system. But what we specialise in is doing it right first time. And the testament to our work ethic is we had a service call in Jersey Harvard yesterday. Well, we can't fly over to Jersey in an instant. So we pulled into a car park, got online, had a look at their system, and in 5 minutes we had it back working again. And that's what they love about us, is that we will do anything to get the system back working. And it was a simple mistake they made. So if you want the job that you want, call us. John Hammond from Germany Technology, applying technology to security.
John. Right, Mike Skinner, followed by Ben.
Good morning everyone, Mike from Black Multimedia, providing video, photography and drone services for businesses and events. So yesterday I was over in Ware, and we were shooting videos and photos for a circus skills school. We got loads of still photos, enough video to make them about 4 or 5 different marketing shorts for them to put out, including adult classes, kids classes, general overview of what they do, and a couple of testimonials from happy students while they were there. So this sort of package works really well for any type of classes like that, learning skills. So I'm looking for things like PTs, fitness classes, skills days like forestry, horse riding, pottery, cookery and so on. Anyone looking to promote their classes and visually demonstrate what people are going to be doing on the day and getting feedback from people that have already done it. So that's Mike at Black Multimedia. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Ben, you're followed by Blake.
Good morning guys, Ben Goode from Utility Warehouse. Now money worries are the biggest cause of stress for UK employees, and they're very damaging to business too, which can often result in staff sickness. So the case for financial well-being at work is compelling. Now last year 4.2 million workdays were lost due to stress and due to lack of financial well-being. And nearly 7 in 10 employees believe that staff performance has a negative effect when they're under financial pressure. So how can I help? Well, I can help them reduce their outgoings and save money on their essential household utilities and show them how they can earn an extra income by helping others to do the same. So this week, I'm looking to connect with businesses that have 20 or more employees so I can do a group presentation and show them how I can reduce the stress and save them money with the UK's cheapest, most trusted and most recommended utility company, Ben Golding Utility Warehouse.
Thank you, Ben. Blake, you're followed by Paul Corrigan.
Morning everyone, Blake from MI5. I'd just like to say that I achieved the hardest thing for me today, going on from Ben's, and I got out of bed.
Well done.
Yeah, always the hardest thing to do. It's always the hardest part of the day. I'm looking for this week, looking for anyone that knows anyone that's doing D&V, the Duke of Edinburgh Award. So anyone that needs tents, sleeping bags, hydration packs, ration packs, rucksacks, hoodies, anything like that, anything for Duke of Edinburgh, where the Duke of Edinburgh Award is happening soon, I believe, for some people, next week. If anyone knows anyone that's doing it and needs some stuff for it, let me know. Thank you. Blake, come on.
Thank you, Blake. Paul, you're next and you're followed by Vincent.
Guys, Paul from Solid Pump and Heating. This week's been an interesting week actually. We've employed a new engineer starting next Wednesday, which is exciting. Hopefully it works out. We've taken on a few big projects as well. One of them being 3 big commercial buildings. Legionella report come out and it was a damage report. They're literally that thick. They're on downstairs and they're massive. So hopefully that'll keep us occupied for a while. We've had all our bits delivered for the air source heat pump installed for next week. We're staying overnight. We're going to be a 3-4 day install next week in Dinklage in Kent. Hence why Jack's here. He's going to take care of things next week for us. But yeah, fingers crossed we'll be registered before we know it. So yeah, nice Paul from Solidarity. Let's go. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Vincent, you're next and you're followed by Terry.
Morning, I'm Vincent from Speedprint, based in Ganshill Village. And apart from all the other printing that we do, we also overprint on envelopes as well, business envelopes. You can have a self-seal, peel and seal envelope. We can have a gummed flap. Now, moving on quickly. We did these for a used car company who specialises in selling Range Rovers. Beautiful black envelope with silver foil on the logo. And he had 500 done, and they were £1 each. And he complained, he said, how can they possibly be £1 each? And I said, Paul, you're selling pre-loved Range Rovers for like £30,000-40,000, and you're bothered about £1 each of the envelope, which he puts the keys in and all the documents. And his response to me was, oh, shut up.
Good advice.
Right, I promise not to say that one in 10 minutes. Terry, you're next and you're followed by Scott.
Yeah, thanks very much, mate. A bit of quite a wide response, really. Good morning, everybody. Terry Mailing from TM Law Solicitors. As you know, I'll sue anyone for anything, really. And this week I've recovered some money for a client, a very small business. This lady's got a one-man, one-woman business, and she's owed £21,500. She's been owed it for about 18 months. She's been owed it by the NHS. They are a nightmare to get money from, absolute nightmare. Well, I've now taken the case on, I've issued court proceedings. Not only have I got a £21.5 grand back, I've got a £1,070 compensation, £1,700 interest, and about £1,900 worth of cost, because the court fee alone is £1,200. The NHS have seen the error of their ways. If you know anyone else that's owed money and needs to be shown the error of their ways, please let me have their details.
Thank you very much, Terry. Scott, you're next.
Good morning everyone, Scott's from SEO, building and looking after all kinds of different websites. I received at least a dozen emails yesterday on the topic of Google Analytics. I'm sure many of you will have received probably at least one of the same types of email. There's an email warning that the 1st of July is the date when, if you haven't upgraded, Analytics stops. No tracking data about usage of your site, where people come from, what they're looking at, what's going on. That useful, free management information ceases to work if you haven't upgraded to the new version. It takes me about 30 minutes to do that upgrade. So if you are a business owner, website owner, and you haven't upgraded your analytics and you still want access, excuse me, to that management information, who is accessing your site, I strongly urge you can get that in the diary as you like. I don't want to do 150 of them in the last week of June, so keep me looking.
Thank you, Scott. I'm next, and I'm followed by Jim. Aidan Squire from TM Law. I've had a London bus moment in the last 2 weeks. I've had 4 different clients asking me to do self-employed contracts for their staff. Every time I have to warn them of the dangers of calling somebody self-employed and not really being self-employed. You're at risk from HMRC, you're at risk from the employment tribunal if things go wrong with the employee in inverted commas. However, that's not to say there aren't genuine self-employed people, and it is wise if you have those, is to get it down on paper, get a contract that demonstrates that this is the case. So I can do that, and I can help, and if you know anybody or you yourself need help, let me know, and I will lead into action. Leading into action next is Jane, and she will be followed by full book.
Leaping into action. So, does it show that? Jane Mallion from the English Green Tea Company, all about gifts and treats and hampers and the good stuff in life. I'm looking for marketing companies, please, because they can place multiple orders, but don't be like Jasmine. Jasmine contacted us a month ago and she wanted 600 cream teas at an event. That's great. Then she rang and said the clients changed their mind. They want 600 strawberries and cream. Oh, okay. And now she's contacted. She said the client wants an ice cream van. So instead, don't be like Jasmine, but be like another marketing company we work for. This is random. We provide the employee of the month gift hamper, afternoon tea gift hamper for McDonald's. There is a juxtaposition there that's a little hard to get your hand, and it's delivered to the store so that everybody else sees afternoon tea arriving for this employee. Yeah, random, but I'm not going to lock it. Yes, yes. All right, thank you. More of those, please.
My friend knows about
Thank you very much, Jane. Paul.
Morning, Paul Booth from Goode & Co, Chartered Certified Accountants based in Brentwood. We advise new businesses, and one of the biggest questions for a new business is their trading format, typically whether they should be sole trader or limited company. Tax advantages were always in favour of the limited company, but now that's diverged. In many cases, tax-wise, it's better off to be a sole trader. Obviously, the limited company, you do get limited liability, which can be very important in a lot of cases. So I'm looking to speak to any new businesses or people who are looking to start up who just need some advice. That's Paul Booth from Goode & Co, in-house tax.
Thank you, Paul. That's the end of the members' contributions. We have 2 guests, so let's give them a chance to tell us about themselves. Paul.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Paul Binder. I've got the privilege to work for St Francis Hospice, which is the hospice for this area over in Brentwood, Barking and Dagenham. This year is an important year for the hospice because we are 40 years old. So as well as our normal running costs, we are going through a wall transformation so that the building and the facilities are fit for purpose for the next 40 years. So it's another £2 million on top of the target that's got to be raised this year. We get 1/3 of our money from the NHS, and the other 2/3 is going to be fundraised. So my role is to speak to businesses to say, do you want to put something back into the community, whether it's a darts night, golf tournament, you want to do a half marathon, jump out of an aeroplane, or do a coffee morning. So that's my role, is to speak to businesses. We're inviting businesses to join our Hospice 100 Club. And so thank you for having me this morning, and hope to catch up with you afterwards if you want to know more about the Hospice 100. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Paul. And Jack, you don't get away with it. Tell us about yourself.
No worries. I'm Jack. Work for Solitaire, from the Paul, obviously. Worked for Paul for about 4 years now.
He took me on as a trainee at the age of 24, which is very generous of him. Not a lot of companies would have done that. Since then, I've completed my gas course. Now, gas engineer. I've worked in a couple of your houses. So hopefully you can see the sort of quality work that Solitaire does for everyone. I'm just trying to continue and do better and do more for everyone else. All right. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much indeed, Jack. We look forward to seeing you next week. Right, that is the end of the 60-second round. Thank you all for your contributions. Oscar, award of Dave.
Chris, I liked your one because you woke us up with that lovely offer. Sounded fantastic. Nick, your one was educational, keep the paperwork in order. That's just been my top story. But on the basis that you love to sue people.
Thank you very much, Dave. Well done, Terry. We can now move on from the 60-second round. Meeting secretary's report. Scott.
Right, yes, we have a smallish number of green bits of paper so far today, but let me tell you, last month in March we shared £41,000 worth of business and we shared 41 referral opportunities. So some of those might be worth £50, 10 or even some of those might be worth £50,000. Who knows? But that's the stats from March. I'll check on all those. Thank you very much. All good. While on the feet, can I ask a request, please? Can you do something about that? I mean, we've got used to it.
I've got something I'll bring in.
If you've got something that is just a little bit more, professional, okay. Even with a badge on it or something, make that look nice, eh?
Yeah,
only someone had a 3D printer. Big minds to it, did not me.
Or a large supply of tins.
Right, thank you, Scott, particularly for the symmetry of last month's offerings. That's great. Right, synergy team meeting, I believe.
Yeah, I sent the invitation out yesterday, as per usual, for the B2B Finance and Professional Synergy Team meeting, second Tuesday of each month. Next Tuesday, 4:20 PM at George and Dragon, Mount Essex. Hopefully, see you there.
Thank you, Paul. Right. Now we move to the second major part of the meeting, which is the 10-minute presentation. Ben.
Thank you very much. So before I introduce today's presentation, just give you an update for the upcoming weeks. So next week, the 11th, John will be doing the 10 minutes and Toby will be providing the education slot. On to the 18th of April, we have a special guest coming down to speak to us. So James Barr is coming down to speak to us. So we're giving him the 10 minutes slot and the time for the education slot as well to help us with all our cyber security things, isn't it? Yeah, so it should be an interesting presentation, something different. On to the 25th, Howard will be doing the 10 minutes, obviously I'll let him know, and I'll be doing the education slots, and then just beginning of May now, May the 2nd, Mel will be doing the 10 minutes, and she has confirmed, and Paul will get you to do the ed slot on that day. So when it is your turn to do the 10 minutes, please go to the EBF website, download the bio sheet and get it to me a day or two beforehand. And if you can't do your 10 minutes or the ed slot for whatever reason, please let me know as soon as possible. Do our best to swap things around. And please remember that it's 8 minutes for a presentation to allow 2 minutes for questions. And please don't forget a speaker's prize there as well. So, going on to today's speaker, we have Mr. Vincent Goode from Speedprint Essex Limited. The nature of his business, obviously printing. Position in the company is the boss, but he still makes his own tea. Based in Gants Hill Village and beyond. So, a couple of bits Vincent would like to share with us. A bad experience with food. nearly passing out in a pizza restaurant, how was he supposed to know that picante meant really hot? His prized possession is his collection of 1930s staple guns. Something that makes Vince laugh, and we're going to be good now and say Mrs. Slocum's cat. And finally, on Vincent's headstone, I was never afraid of dying, I just didn't want to be there when it happened. So please put your hands together for Vince.
My glamorous assistant Paul is going to help me with this today. I understand, especially for the occasion, he's got a commando. Correct? Yeah. Go on, knock yourself out. We're going to talk about me for a little bit, because that's what I'm here for. And then we're going to talk a little bit about my business. So this is the Speedprint PowerPoint presentation. Old school. Put that down there. Thank you. That's me and my mummy on the beach. Cute. Next slide, please. That's me with my dad. Me looking very happy as usual. They call me Mr. Grumpy at home, and I started at a very early age. This is me aged about 6, showing off my football skills. More of that later. How are we doing for time? This is to prove that I actually did have hair. See that? Yeah, I was 18 then. Still grumpy. And this is me sitting against the wall with hair. I've also played the piano since I was 6, and I've been a member of a few bands. That's playing at the venue Victoria in front of 2,000 people. It would have gone well. It would have gone well, except in the changing room we were so nervous we decided to get completely stoned. And we thought we sounded good, but apparently we were all playing different tunes at the same time. This is with another band called Wasfox, slightly heavier sort of sound, but we headlined at the world famous Standard in Walthamstow a few times. Boy, what a big crowd we had for that. This is with a band called Total Contrast, that's playing at Dingwalls. And Total Contrast had a top 10 hit with Takes a Little Time. I think it was very early 90s it would have been. We're really racing through these, aren't we? Yeah, that's the Country File photographic competition, which I became one of the finalists, and we drove up to Penn Mill, and I got interviewed by John Craven. Anyone remember watching that?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Oh.
Might have, still have that on yeah. This is a picture of me and my lovely first wife, Stacey. I call her my first wife just to keep her on her toes, you know. It's been about 32 years now, I think. I can't believe we look so happy in that picture. That's Sorrento, by the way. Not name dropping, I'm just saying I've been around a bit. This is me and my son. This is obviously before I had my teeth done. My lovely boy, Rafi, who's now all grown up. Next slide. This was taken last week. He's with my wife travelling around South America at the moment. That's Patagonia, I think. That's the Andes in the background. What a handsome boy. He's 6'2". And this is my beautiful daughter Candice, who I'm very proud of. Hashtag proud dad. When she got her degree in French and business at Oxford Brookes. This is her now. Well, not quite now, because that was taken a while ago, so it's obviously not now, but it's recent. We'll say recent. Okay, let's move on. She's also in South America, and she's having a great time by the look of it. Fantastic photo. And this is my other child, my lovely Schnitzel, who's not allowed to be here.
Oh, Schnitzel.
Anyway, that's the Schnitzel, and that's her. I can't remember what time of year that would be, but probably December time, I would imagine. And this is her work experience in the Speedprint Executive Lounge. She's been helping me out while my wife's been away. My wife's been away 2 months. She's coming back on Saturday. I better tidy up. And I like to go hiking with Rafi in the Peak District mainly. It's always a good laugh. Oh, back to the football, yes. I've been playing football. I played football for 43 years, quite a good Sunday League standard. And I was very lucky to have the opportunity to play at Goodison Park, that's Everton, 3 years in a row in a specially arranged match. That's me there, getting a good tackle in. Ladies, check out those thighs. Look at those thighs. Look. Sit down, I think that's the definition. I mean, the guys as well, Ben. Great to have a look at yours.
I was going to say, check out the tackle Tony just said.
One of my proudest moments was actually last year when a publisher asked me to produce a book all about Gants Hill, which is my little passion of local history. So we That's my co-author. And we put together a lovely book of 180 photos with captions. We had a launch at Redbridge Library with the mayor, all proud moments. And then this picture here is lots of people buying the book. There was no pressure that day, but they all bought the book. That's good. And then we had another launch at Redbridge Institute of Adult Education, where we had, obviously, this is the public launch with a few more people. So we gave a little talk. Hang on. Okay, you can do it now. This is obviously I hang out with very famous people. You might get to recognise them. I don't know if they really were David Brentwood, whatever his name was, but they said they were. That's the one. And one of these is a Waxworks model. And that was in Blackpool on the promenade. And then obviously I meet real people in real life as well, real famous people. Revy Sauce, whatever his name is. Thank you very much. Levi Rhodes, that was at the Notting Hill Carnival, where he actually started selling jerk chicken. Look at him now. This is me last month in Brazil. Look at that view. Yeah, and look at those legs again. I put that in especially for the ladies. Also, last weekend I bought a brand new lawnmower. Which I actually told my wife the other day, I'm in love, and she went, oh yeah, who with? I said, my lawnmower. Hang on, let's just dwell on that lawnmower a little bit more. So I did ask some of you people on the EBF chat what you got. This is a 46-inch, 40-volt, self-propelled, cordless lawnmower. And I got round my lawn in about 15 minutes.
Is that a cup holder?
Self-driven. But away it goes. You've got to try and keep up with it. It goes really fast. Normally it takes me an hour, by the way. So I used. Anyway, let's talk about my business for a little bit. How are we doing for time?
You have 2 minutes.
Thank God. We're Speedprint Essex Limited. Speedprint Essex, we do exactly what it says on the tin. We're speedy. We're printers. And we're from Essex. Lake Town City. We opened on 6th of June 1983. Yes, that is over 40 years ago, can you believe that? And there we are, in the heart of Ganshill Village. Obviously the shop's not that big, I'll make it bigger for the benefit of the family. And Boris Johnson, don't turn over yet, that's good, just hold it like that. Boris Johnson came to open the newly refurbished Ganshill. There was a regeneration scheme, that's what it's called. And he was absolutely enraptured. Enraptured, thank you. With my poster in the window showing old pieces of Ganshill. He honestly didn't want to get away. It was only when security stepped in. Here's a pompous, overweight buffoon admiring Speedprint's window, and with him is Boris Johnson. That was it. Thank you very much. And then security stepped in and briskly took him away to the next port of call. But I think he still remembers that. He was the London mayor then. And this is at the reception afterwards. That's not sweat on my shirt, it's just the lighting, so don't get too excited. That was Boris Johnson. Great moment was when the Olympic flag, the Olympic torch I should say, came through Ganshill on its way to the next port of call for the 2012 Olympics. And that was like at 7:30 on a Sunday morning. And I got one shot to get that right. And I think I did it. We also do picture framing in the shop. Bespoke picture framing. And what does that sound back there, Paul?
We'll frame anything as long as it's not breathing.
Thank you very much, that's right. In case you didn't hear it, because he mumbled that bit. We'll frame anything as long as it's not breathing. Thank you. We also specialise in order of service booklets for printing, for funerals I should say, not weddings, that was last week. And we also had Tessa Sanderson came in the shop as well to do some printing for her. She had to put her javelin down first because she couldn't get in through the door. These are the Speedprint stickers. Everyone that comes into my shop gets a Speedprint sticker. Children and even adults. She was very happy with her Speedprint sticker. She emailed me later on in the day to say she's still wearing it. How long have we got left?
1.5.
Fantastic.
Till 10 minutes.
This is the, I was a Speedprint executive lounge. This is where I wine and dine all my prospective customers. Not the ones that have just come in for a 10p photocopy, they don't get that service. But what they do get is the Speedprint 5-star preferred blue chip priority service. Yeah. And customer testimonials are very important. I've got a whole book full of them now. I'm not going to read them out and bore you, but someone else saying you're great is better than saying it yourself, right? And thank God that's over. That's it. Referrals. I'm ready.
Any questions?
Yes, Matt.
What's your Pantone colour of choice for 2024?
Pantone. I don't use Pantone. I use CMYK these days.
Oh.
Pantone's very rare. But I do like 2710, which is like that's actually it's a metallic blue, so I like using it for a certain customer. But thank you for the question.
Is that a bit like Farrow and Ball for the printing?
Well, they use Pantone as well, don't they? It's
Wow.
used.
Wow.
Yes, well. Hello, Paul.
Was that really your teeth in that picture?
Of course it was.
They were worse than that.
I tried wearing that for 60 seconds. I did it about a year ago, but because my mouth has changed since I had it, I couldn't actually get them in, if you remember. They kept falling out all the time. But yeah, no, they are not my teeth. Any more questions? Anyone else? Anyone? Paul?
Yeah. I just wondered if you've got much in the way of walk-in business, or is it most of it now word of mouth or Goode or that sort of stuff?
What do you think about that? Oh, next question.
Large scale. How large is it?
For what? Oh. We can do A0 size posters, which is about bigger than A4.
Double the size of A1.
It is, and A1 is double the size of
A0.
A2.
A2.
And A2 is double the size of A3, which that is, and then A3 is double the size of A4, and so it goes. I can't remember what the question was, but
How large can the print
you can go very large indeed.
Excuse me.
Another question? Yeah.
Business cards, are they a standard size?
Yes, they're 85 by 55 millimetres.
Because some years ago, there was nothing more irritating than taking someone's card, finding it to fit in the booklet by a millimetre or two.
Vistaprint do their own size. They're loyal to themselves.
Because they're an American company, and in America their standard size is 90 by 55.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
He knows his stuff. I hope you win the speaker prize. I really do. Yeah, we're done. Referrals. Let's go.
Right. Vincent, thank you very much indeed. Right, if we could start the referrals and testimonials round, and we'll start as usual with Paul.
Yeah, well done. Thank you very much, as always. Thank you, and welcome to our visitors as well. Referral for James Humphreys, done deal, he's not here. One-to-one last week with Clara, and taking money ex-member.
Why are they all people that aren't here? It's suspicious.
Ed Slot, welcome to neighbours. Neighbours? Welcome to neighbours. Yes, suppose you're neighbours. I suppose you're not. Well, we'll see you next week, but I'll probably see you fixing my boiler at some point. Paul, lovely to see you. We as a business have done stuff with St Francis Hospital in the past. In fact, I bumped into one of your colleagues a couple of weeks ago. We were having a chat about anything else that we could do. So we will be doing some stuff hopefully in the future. Okay. Excellent. 10 minutes.
Thank you.
Nice. Your ESG credentials are high five.
What's ESG?
Environmental sustainability and governance.
Yeah, oh yeah, every day. Every day. It's the first thing I do when I get into things.
Let me see.
It's great meeting. We've got some leaves at the desktop. I'm working on something next week for one of the members who's not here today, so share that with us.
Great meeting, great. It's not bad, well done. Great 10 minutes, Paul, and to that bloke who did the voiceover for you. And I'm very pleased to hear that my visitor from a couple of weeks ago was at my
Yes.
Chris was at the building. It's up to Chris. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, everyone. Look forward to seeing you next week, and very good presentation.
I love that 10 minutes bit and stuff. I honestly think you can stand up comedian. I think you're brilliant. Great educational stuff. Welcome, Paul. I'm Jeff Coulson. I've got a testimonial for Neil. I put a comment yesterday about the alcohol for the mate's wedding, and honestly, you couldn't be more helpful, so thank you very much. Cheers. Really appreciate it.
1,000 words, isn't it? We've got the pictures of 1,000 words, thank you.
All in 10 minutes.
Great, so I feel much more motivated to carry on my day, and lovely printing on those. They were very nice.
Do you recommend anyone?
Yes. Always wonderful seeing photos of the other things. What else we've got this week? A one-to-one and a thank you for the money to Clara, who's not here. Then, well, I've been decided to a testimonial and a referral together for Blake. It's amazing. But what I'm after, we've got a lovely trolley in last week that I'm quite interested in, and some hard cases for to put the drone into, and also more clothing. Because a little while ago I got a load of black clothing off in I needed for a job, and it's all like this t-shirt has come from me, nice little jumper, polo shirt, really good quality stuff, and well recommended.
Yeah, great 2 minutes, Vince, where it's more 12 minutes. But yeah, no, great 10 minutes. Always good to see what people have been doing, who they are, rather than just somebody stood up for 60 seconds. You actually learn who people are. Great head slot. No referrals this week, sorry. Later.
It's a good meeting. Thank you everyone, and all us to meet with Jack. Well done. Jane, my friend, owns 3 or 4 McDonald's franchises, South End way-ish. So I'm going to be able to do an intro for you.
Thank you.
Reset, and I'll call you friend. It's always fun. Yes. More so when you're in the Clara isn't here. Even funnier, isn't it? So there's absolutely no need.
You've got one to reset first.
You can give that one to Terry, please, as a thank you for the money for a renewal. This is. I think I'm speaking. Thank you.
Rare event. Well, this is spotted John Freeman, who's been spotted. A referral for him, which I've already let him know.
Yeah, great 10 minutes, Vincent. So I know you've helped me out in the past with order of services and things like that for my family and things. And excellent job at very fast speed as well. So yeah, really well done. And a great night out last night. I wasn't here last week at the funeral. But a great night out with Paul, James, and Mike. We went to our quiz night and we won. Yay! We got medals and everything. So we're going to have round 2 now next year. So that was a great night. Got a one-to-one there with Jane. Thank you. We had a great one on Zoom last week, didn't we? And a one-to-one with Andy as well, and of course thank you for the money with Andy, obviously not here yet as well. Welcome to Jack and Paul, good to see you, and Dave, I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, and referral there for Jane. Always fun. It's never not fun. Marketing company, I know, based in Cox's Bar and Babitra. I'll do an email and introduction for you. But great meeting, see you next week.
Yeah, great meeting. We use things all the time for our sign, and our customers have been using them as well. And they can really impressed with their signs before. And I will see you all next week.
Great meeting, bravo Vince, great slot, no referrals, see you next week.
Yeah, great meeting. And slot motivation, very much up to hard work and stuff. Good to see Jack here. Jack spent some time in my cupboard, a couple of days in my cupboard. But absolutely great job.
Is that the one you looked from the outside?
And my wife's comment was, he's so tiny. So I think that's a dig at me.
I'm not sure I like comment the same, but
and good to see Paul. I know Andy fairly well. And Charlotte's still with you? Yeah. Excellent. Vince, no, Paul, sorry. Good 10 minutes. I don't know how much you paid, but it's not enough. It's very good.
Does it because he loves me.
That's not what he said. And I have got that one which I didn't finish filling out, and one for Yeah, Scott saying that reminded me, I know a guy that owns a load of Pret a Manger and about 20 other fish and chip shops, so might be interested, I should make an inquiry.
Thank you.
Tell your work for Speedprint.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no.
Who's this for? Is it Terry?
Grandson of Christmas, rifle discussed. And I didn't quite finish around this much. James, I'll give you a referral for Saturday.
Maybe.
Maybe. I'll check the reference.
Alright.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, what he said. Yeah, welcome to Jack and Paul. Good to see you both, and looking forward to seeing exactly what he does. Well done, Vince. Very entertaining. I think you're right. We've got that. Could do a bit of a maybe a new
Sure.
instead of speed print, do a bit of stand up. Got a referral for Scott. It's all done deal. Thank you very much, Scott, for looking after things. I've got a testimonial for Tina. And this week, it went Monday last week, and it's nice not to be able to worry about what's going on. Tina looks after things, and it's great. She's been doing it for a while now, for 2 years looking after things. Thank you very much, appreciate it. Gil, need to have a quick word after, and Dave, we've got to reorganise our one-to-one.
Yeah.
We've got something got in the way.
Thank you. Really good. It's not very interesting, Paul, with your help with things. That really is. It's nice to know, as well as your company, yourself as well. Welcome to our visitors. Hopefully, well, see you next week. Hope to see you in April. And see you next week.
We'll go with the visitor.
Yeah, tell us how wonderful we are.
I just wanted to say how wonderful you all are. Thank you very much for having me here this morning. Most of you I haven't met before, although I've bumped into Jane for about 10 years in the previous role, which is always a pleasure to catch up with you there. Well done, thank you very much. Thoroughly enjoyed that. That's the old school way, isn't it? Sometimes the better way, isn't it? Sometimes technology kills us all, so that was good. But thank you very much. Thanks.
Fantastic, really good presentation. Welcome Jack, welcome Paul. No referrals this week, we're still learning rows, but thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for the money to Sarge, previous member. Business cards of the company he doesn't even work for anymore, so that's good. They came back. I was also really privileged because my family are away at the moment and I'm feeling a bit lonely. Jane invited me over for lunch on Saturday at the Secret Scullery, although I was actually allowed in the real house.
Real house.
It was a beautiful day. We had a lovely long walk, Jane, me and Schnitzel in the country. It was just a beautiful day. Thank you very much for that. Very much for that. And thank you to Paul for helping me out again. Beautiful work. Thank you.
So thank you. Well, we not only had a lovely walk with the dog, we played the piano and we sang together. And someone here has a very good voice. Someone here doesn't have such a good voice, but it was really, even Roger was impressed. Well done. That was hilarious, as usual, very dry wit. And
It's not really funny.
It is funny, it was funny, but it was informative and sweet. Chris has been putting together a holiday for me, ideas. Very tricky because it involves me and George. George is the hardest person to pin down. But the presentation method is really interesting. You get a sort of PowerPoint that's sent to you of slides of the proposed hotels, the places you can eat nearby, what the reports say about it, and so on. I've never seen such a comprehensive presentation for holiday ideas. Really excellent. Thank you. Welcome, Jack. See you next week. Welcome, Paul. It's good to see you again.
Yes.
And I'm sure you'll do marvellously in this ambassador role for the hospice. Well done. Paul, thank you for being deputy. And Ben, thank you for starting us off. And you're quite right about all your bon mot. Very good. Ben, our one-to-one. I'll save the one for Vincent. Our one-to-one. Clara, I'll save. And I've got something else for Andy, so I'm presumably he's back next week. So well done, one and all. Thank you. See you at the quiz night on Saturday.
Jane.
Come back in. Boss, thank you for the money down to Matt.
Yeah.
Job I just got. Should have done it all right. I should have done, yeah.
Right. Vincent. What's your task?
Oh, and pick us a winner, please.
It's totally giving me a colour today.
Not that first, not that one. Not that one.
And the winner is from Aidan to John Freeman.
Hey.
Yeah, it's you.
Right.
I've got something for you.
This is a new quality paper. It's 80 GSM. I've got a fun fact for you, because 80 GSM does not mean the thickness of the paper, it means the weight of the paper.
Around the square metre.
So 100 GSM would be heavier than 80. That's the fun fact.
Thank you very much for the most practical speaker's prize. And I've got to get some myself. Thank you very much indeed. Vincent, thank you very much for your efforts, both in the presentation, in the walking, and in the selection, and finally. Right, now, we're effectively finished, but as always, before I send you on your way, has anybody got any announcements that they want to make? Toby?
Just to remind you, in fact, that on behalf of Scott, to make sure you put your V forms in for things, because I reckon if Stuart put in the thank you for money, I would have won last week. Not that I begrudge it, Jane, but I feel wrong.
Can I tell you, you're not going to win on Saturday, actually, Toby?
Oh. Well, I wouldn't anyway, but...
may I commend the attitude? What we want with the performance league is a sense of competitiveness. No. Right.
On behalf of everybody, I'd like to congratulate Matt on the 10th birthday of new sheriff. Well done. Thanks very much.
Brian keeps the most comprehensive diary. Anybody else? No. Paul?
Yeah. Vincent, in your YouTube channel, you've got 2,000, I just have 2,000 subscribers. There's nothing of you singing in there.
Is that your YouTube channel or someone next to your photo?
I've got no idea.
Really good. It's got a picture of you outside Speedprint as well.
That must be my YouTube channel.
You know what the question is.
Did you go and see the bootleg Beatles in July 2022?
I did.
It's you. So this is your YouTube.
That must be mad.
Stalkers.
Do you realise you have 2,000 followers? You could be marketing team.
If he's got 2,000 followers, you can get another one on here if you can. Thank you very much.
Hang on, Tony, without being insulted. Just want to know.
That's just I thought you were
What, only what? Oh, it's only fans, right?
I am his only
I just said that. Brian, can you just tell me what OnlyFans is?
Right. I think that as the sun is shining, as we have the prospect of a nice day, as we hope you all have a good week, I will see you all next week.